Melvin!
It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, you.
No, with me, okay. Power time. Nice! Oh!
Also remember that Wesker has big radius.
Well, I literally see him. Ghosty, not that way! You're on here for Ouija board. You all go deal with Ghost, I'll go deal with Ouija board.
Oh no. Wait. Where are you going with
I'm going over here.
it? You don't want to be in the room where she's at?
I don't have to be, it's a Ouija board.
Alright.
Why would I have to be in the same room? I'm gonna break the Ouija board and make it hunt. We're looking for fingies? Do we just need fingies? I forgave you, Legion, you're good. Right, let's summon the ghost. Fuck you, ghost. Got to get away from here, though. I'm evil. Yes, my evil plan worked. Don't ever let the demon get the Ouija board.
Oh no. I don't know if I got an actual photo of it though. I could try.
Ah, my evil plans.
Oh boy, I'm back to health. You fucked me back to health.
Indeed, indeed. Come here.
Little privacy, please. Oh, okay. Well, we
I'm
can
here
poop
for the
together.
poop show.
Yeah,
Come on, get on here.
Go ahead,
We're
get
here
it
for the shit
going.
show.
I paid good money for this.
We're here
Bionis,
for
get
the
in there. Let me shut the door.
I paid good money for this.
Yeah. Now
Have
do
fun.
the dance.
Oh, that's a lap dance right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Outhouse lap dance.
On the shitter. You get a wish. You get a wish, Ghosty. Get one wish. Get one wish if you just have to rub it. Rub the shiny. Rub the shiny.
No.
Yes.
No.
Rub the shiny.
Do it.
Rub it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Ghosty, do it.
Unlimited power.
Yes, do it. Do it, Ghosty.
No.
Do it. Do it. Let the hate flow through you, Ghosty. Do it.
I can't breathe.
Do it. Do it. Take the card. The
No.
power of the... Do not believe in the heart of the cards, Ghosty. It's calling for you.
Oh,
Do
I
it.
don't care.
guide me.
Do it.
Oh my god.
Do it. Yay! We got it.
The famous chef can finally come true. Frank Lobabell. We got the tasty meal. No puppy. I lingering smell of kitchen splatter. Don't run off again, Lobabell. Come here, boy. Puppy. Gotta hit puppy. Holy crap, I can kill puppy. I can kill, yes. I can kill puppy. I killed puppy.
Yep, my wiener's in you. You act like one of my wieners. There.
Someone come back.
I got you.
Someone. Please.
Well, there's nobody else here to really clip it right now. You'd have to do it yourself.
Oh my god, no. I don't have your stream open because it'll fuck my game frame.
I can land my wig. What? How that not hit her? Oh! 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 Onto hook you go! Onto hook you go! Oh! Oh! Hold on. Onto hook you go. Clip that. Somebody clip that. Onto hook. Fire. There we go. Yes. Yes, into fire. Burn all of you. Burn. Into fire. It's okay, there's plenty of room in fire. Get in there. My usual duty in hell. The firekeeper. Asago. Firekeeper of pain. Yes. Burn all the books. Warm fire, yes. Oh, no. Watch stream. Watch stream. You're all going on hook.
Oh no. Joke's on you.
Oh no.
Topaz there. Now Dark Flame.
Oh, you're just making a hook file, bye.
Hook file.
Hook pile.
Haha, I'm
Hook
awkwardly
pile. Oh, damn it,
speaking.
hold on. I have to get it all set up. I gotta lock myself in. Ghosty goes behind, that way you can see everybody. And now we get Dark Flame.
Look at
There
me
you
just peering. And it's
You're
like,
bobbing hooks.
hello there.
You're now hooked.
Bye.
Fable, are you entertained? Let me give Fable a shout out. Yeah, you can gobble like turkeys on the hook. Alrighty, greetings everyone. We are here. Hello, Sheepdoll over on YouTube. Welcome. Good to see you here today. Today we'll be doing. I'll make sure this isn't too loud. I think we're good. I think we're good. Alright, if anything's audio at all, please let me know, or otherwise, forever hold your peace when you get terrible audio for a little audiobook thing. I don't really take it seriously as certain like a book, like I don't expect it like... It'll be uploaded, but I don't expect it to be like a big like audiobook, like here's an audiobook everybody's gonna go to listen to C.S. Lewis, like no. There's better ones that I listen to myself, but no, partially I'm kind of doing this for myself. I want to read this book. It's a very short book. I think of the PDF I got, it's about only 41 pages. We probably won't get through the whole thing today. We'll get some progress on it. And then we will top it all off by working on some art. Pixel art. I think we're good there. But yes, hello Sheepdoll. How are you? What brings you to me, dear? And I may stop occasionally to chit-chat as well. It's not just going to be me reading an audiobook the entire time. But I will be focusing on it. So let's get to reading, shall we? Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I don't quite know what I want to do for like the background and stuff though, because obviously it's more audio, it's not really anything visual, but we'll see. We'll see how it is. So this is Abolition of Man by C.S. Lewis. It is a piece, it's been a lot, I want to reread it because it had a lot of really, really good points for such a short little essay. And it helped inform a lot of my thoughts about a few things. It's not like a foundational thing, but it's like a good buffer to several things. So I guess let's go ahead and get to it. It's Abolition of Man by C.S. Lewis, Chapter 1, Men Without Chest. I actually want to add a stipulation here at Men Without Chest. Men Without Chest is not referring to whether or not a guy is like a big muscly macho man. It has nothing to do with that. It's saying men without hearts. It's a big thing that people keep bitching about with this, but no, that's not what he means. He means men without hearts, not like men who aren't like muscle-bound and meat-headed. That's not what he's referring to. Anyways. Let's see. I doubt whether we are sufficiently attentive to the importance of elementary textbooks. That is why I have chosen as the starting point for these lectures a little book on English intended for boys and girls in the upper forms of schools. I do not think the authors of this book, there were two of them, intended any harm, and I owe them, or their publisher, good language for sending me a complimentary copy. At the same time, I shall have nothing good to say of them. here is a pretty predicament. I didn't know I was going to start. Here's a pretty predicament. I could. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways. I do not want to pillory two modest practicing schoolmasters who are doing the best they knew, but I cannot be silent about what I think the actual tendency of their work. I therefore propose to conceal their names. I shall refer to these gentlemen as Gaius and Titius, and to their book as the Green Book. But I promise you there is such a book, and I have it on my shelves. In the second chapter, Gaius and Titius quote the well-known story of Coleridge and at the waterfall. You remember that there are two tourists present, that one called it sublime and the other pretty, and that Coleridge mentally endorsed the first judgment and rejected the second with disgust. Gaius and Titius comment as follows. Oh, I almost, actually, one second, I almost forgot something. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Early stream? Yes, we're moving things to 4 p.m. Glassman. Welcome, how are we? Look at the weird hand. It doesn't work when I have the book out. But welcome, Glass, welcome. We're reading Abolition of Man. We just started. You're just in time. Let's see, where were we? Alright, I'll just start this paragraph here. In their second chapter, Gaius and Titius quote the well-known story of Coleridge at the waterfall. You remember that there are two tourists present, that one called it sublime and the other pretty, and that Coleridge mentally endorsed the first judgment and rejected the second with disgust. Gaius and Titius comment as follows. When the man said, "This is sublime," he appeared to be making a remark about the waterfall. Actually, he was not making a remark about the waterfall, but a remark about his own feelings. What he was saying was, really, I have feelings associated in my mind with the word sublime. Or shortly, I have sublime feelings. Here are a good many deep questions settled in a pretty summary fashion. But the authors are not yet finished. They add, this confusion is continually present in language as we use it. We appear to be saying something very important about something, and actually we're only saying something about our own feelings. To summarize here, basically, he'll go into a lot more detail on this later, but what he's starting to hint at is a relative comparison versus an objective comparison. They're referring to a waterfall being sublime, that is beautiful, or otherworldly in a positive sense, I guess you could say, as an objective fact, but then you have the other individual saying that, oh, well, he's just talking about his feelings, it's subjective. And we'll continue the reading now, because it goes a lot more into this. Before considering the issues really raised by this momentous little paragraph, designed, you will remember, for the upper forms of school, basically higher learning, we must eliminate one mere confusion in which Gaius and Titius have fallen. Even on their own view, on any conceivable view, the man who says this is sublime cannot mean I have sublime feelings. Even if it were granted that some qualities as sublimity were simply and solely projected onto things from our own emotions, yet the emotions which prompt the projection are the correlatives, and therefore almost the opposites, of the qualities projected. The feelings which make a man call an object sublime are not sublime feelings, but feelings of veneration. If this is sublime is to be reduced at all to a statement about the speaker's feelings, the proper translation would be, I have humble feelings. If the view held by Gaius and Titius were consistently applied, it would lead to obvious absurdities. It would force them to maintain that you are contemptible means I have contemptible feelings. In fact, that your feelings are contemptible means my feelings are contemptible. But we need not delay this, which is the very pons asinorum of our subject. It would be unjust to Gaius and Titius themselves to emphasize that was doubtless a mere inadvertence. Now, to go in a bit on this, basically, there's a lot better way to put this that's a little harder to argue, but to keep it the simplest way, although this way could be argued, basically he's putting in the point that so you have individuals, like if I say, they're using the word sublime, we'll just say beautiful, it's a lot easier word to understand. I say the waterfall is beautiful by looking at it, I get, you know, and that person argues, well, that's subjective, that's your feelings and emotions. They're referring to a story. I'm not aware of the story they're referring to exactly. There's a story about two people at a waterfall, and then some sort of wise man picks which one has the correct answer, whatever. I'm not aware of that story. However, what it is pointing out, though, is that your feelings are correlating with something else in the outer world. And if you argue that it is purely just your feelings, and there's no thing that triggers that. For example, if I see... give me 1 second. Okay, they're done screaming. Anyways, if I say that I see a beautiful woman, sure, there might be people who have different tastes, like guys or, you know, gals, that sort of thing. They have different taste in women. But you'd be very hard-pressed for people to come pretty universally like, that woman's beautiful and that woman's beautiful, or at least average. Basically, if you take all the data, things will usually line up pretty like a bell curve, pretty accurately. But the thing is, though, is it's argued, well, that's just their feelings, and it's subjective and shouldn't matter. Despite the fact that the feelings you're getting, which in this case would be like lust or desire or whatever it is, especially for men, and although honestly even women recognize other beautiful women, it's not hard to understand, is that there's still something more instinctual that is triggering that you do not have any control over. So meaning that the very feeling popping up in that sense is itself objective. It is not subjective. The phenomenology of it might be subjective, but the fact that the feeling itself is not. The fact that you have that feeling. If you think your feelings are purely subjective, entirely, not sure, there could be misunderstanding and misinterpretations and people being rather ignorant in some cases. But if you believe that your feelings are just purely subjective and don't matter, you're gonna live a very horrible life. Let's just put it that way. Alright, continuing on. That's my words, though, not his. Lewis goes on other things. Alright, the schoolboy who reads the passage in the Green Book, which for those meeting us is the book that Lewis was gifted and he's critiquing, will believe in two propositions. Firstly, that all sentences containing a predicate of value are statements about the emotional state of the speaker. And secondly, that all such statements are unimportant. That's literally what I just said. It is true that Gaius and Titius have said neither of these things in so many words. They have treated only one particular predicate of value, sublime, as a word descriptive of the speaker's emotions. The pupils are left to do for themselves the work of extending the same treatment to all predicates of value, and no slightest obstacle to such extension is placed in their way. The authors may or may not desire the extension. They may never have given the question 5 minutes serious thought in their lives. I am not concerned with what they desired, but with the effect that their book will certainly have on the schoolboy's mind. In the same way, they have not... I'm going to highlight that real quick. In the same way, they have not said that judgments of value are unimportant. Their words are that we appear to be saying something very important, when in reality we are only saying something about our own feelings. No schoolboy will be able to resist the suggestion brought to bear upon him by that word only. I do not mean, of course, that he will make any conscious interference from what he reads to a general philosophical theory. That all values are subjective and trivial. The very power of Gaius and Titius depends on the fact that they are dealing with a boy who thinks he's doing his English prep and has no notion that ethics, theology, and politics are all at stake. It is not a theory they put in his mind, but an assumption which 10 years hence, its origin forgotten and its presence unconscious, will condition him to take one side in a controversy which he has never recognized as a controversy at all. The authors themselves... Hello, Sheepdog. Welcome back here over on Twitch. Thank you for following.
Welcome to hell. Sheepdog.
My screen's perfectly normal. Let me finish this paragraph real quick and I'll get to you. Give me 1 second. Where was I? We'll start back on here. The very power of Gaius and Titius depends on the fact that they are dealing with a boy who thinks he is doing his English prep, and has no notion that ethics, theology, and politics are all at stake. It is not a theory they put into his mind, but an assumption which 10 years hence, its origin forgotten and its presence unconscious, will condition him to take one side in a controversy which he has never recognized as a controversy at all. The authors themselves, I suspect, hardly know what they are doing to the boy, and he cannot know what is being done to him. So, also, now, every time I summarize these, he always goes in more detail later, but I'm just going to go through these more. And yes, hello Sheepdog, thank you for following. Don't mind the screen, it's perfectly normal here. Hope you enjoy the little rambles and such. But, so, the book will certainly have an effect on schoolboy mind. This is a common notion that basically is the current education system in a lot of places across the world, but especially the West at the moment, are basically indoctrination centers. And keep in mind, this was Lewis wrote this. What year was this? Let me see. Ow! Hold on, what just happened? I can't see my thing. Oh, hi, that guy. It's that guy. Hi. Hi, Talix. Hi. How are we? I had to turn off some of the redeems for audiobooks. I don't want too many things blaring out. But when we go to art, though, I will turn them on, so don't worry. But how are we, Talix? We're reading Abolition of Man by C.S. Lewis. Let's see. Hold on. Let me scroll up here. What year was this originally? I don't know. I think it's like in the 40s, I believe. Let me check. Let me look this up real quick. 1 second. 1943, so literally right in the middle of World War II. God damn, I can't clear my fucking throat. Hold on. 1 second. Alright, so now this is back in 1943, right? So it's not really involved in anything modern politics or anything like that. And it's a point that he was making back then, is that basically, you had school books back then with very small, subtle things. And keep in mind, it's not necessarily that people were aware they were doing this, but just that the culture was shifting to where they were arguing that all notions of value were being formed purely subjective. And that has a consequence. And you think it's minor, but what he points out here is that the small shift of comments on, say, these stories about subjectivity. They're mentioning the story of the water. I don't know the story, but it's apparently some story with two guys that see a waterfall and say different descriptions and so on. The guy who says beautiful or sublime was the correct one. Something like that. I don't know that story specifically, but what he's going on with is that it turns that story from what that story is saying that the one who says beautiful was correct to, oh, well, he's not really correct. It's just his feelings. And as I pointed out, one example you could say where the person who says beautiful is correct is, well, men and women both can tell when there's a beautiful woman. Like, there's been a lot of studies on beauty and stuff like that. It's unavoidable. I digress. There's a lot more. There's a lot more depth into that, but we're gonna continue because we could sit on here and that forever. And he goes to a lot more on this. Like, it's very benign at first, but when we get to later chapters, we probably won't get to it today. But when we get to later chapters of this book, he tears it to fucking shreds. But we'll get it in a minute. Anyways, before considering the philosophical credentials of the position which Gaius and Titius have adopted about value, I should like to show its practical results on the educational procedure. In their 4th chapter, they quote a silly advertisement of a pleasure cruise and proceeds to inoculate their pupils against sort of writing it exhibits. The advertisement tells us that those who buy tickets for the cruise will go across the Western Ocean where Drake of Devon sailed, adventuring after the treasures of the Indies, and bringing home to themselves also a treasure of golden hours and glowing colors. It is a bad bit of writing, of course, a venal and bathic. Is that what bathetic? I've never seen that word actually, bathetic. Exploitation of those emotions of awe and pleasure which men feel in visiting places that have striking associations with history or legend. If Gaius and Titius were to stick their last and teach their readers, as they promised to do, the art of English composition, it was their business to put this advertisement side by side with passages from great writers in which the very emotion was expressed and then show where the difference lies. Okay, so you see they're taking, like, infamous Grace writers. He doesn't mention these, but I'll just pull some out of my ass. It's a good example. This is equivalent of him taking something like, say, Shakespeare, or classic mythology, or old good fairy tales that are still well known today, and comparing them to, say, oh, here's an advertisement for a pleasure cruise. Yeah, which is fair. That is a fair comparison to do. However, what the people were arguing about in these comparisons is that they're not much different. These old stories that have culture tied to them, that in most cases were to teach moral lessons, for the most part, are compared to be not much different than, oh, here's an advertisement for a pleasure cruise. Moving on. I'm pretty sure you're all intelligent enough to really interpret that yourself. They might have used Johnson's famous passage from the Western Islands, which concludes that man is little to be envied whose patriotism would not gain force upon the plain of Marathon, or whose piety would not grow warmer upon the ruins of Iona. They might have taken that place in the prelude where Wordsworth describes how the antiquity of London first descended on his mind with weight and power growing under weight. A lesson which had laid such literature beside the advertisement and really discriminated the good from the bad would have been a lesson worth teaching. There would have been some blood and sap in it. The trees of knowledge and life grow together. It would also have had the merit of being a lesson in literature, a subject of which Gaius and Titius, despite their professed purpose, are uncommonly shy. Basically, they're just they're avoiding saying that, hey, there's good and bad, there's things you should do and things you should not do. Basically, extreme relativism is what it is. Let's see. What they actually do is point out that the luxurious motor vessel won't really sail where Drake did, that the tourists will not have any adventures, that the treasures they bring home will be of a purely metaphorical nature, and that a trip to Margate might provide all the pleasure and rest they required. All this is very true. Talents inferior to those of Gaius and Titius would have sufficed to discover it. What they have not noticed, or not cared about, is that a very similar treatment could be applied to much good literature which treats the same emotion. What, after all, can the history of early British Christianity, in pure reason, add to the motives for piety as they exist in the 18th century? Why should Mr. Wordsworth Inn be more comfortable, or the air of London more healthy, because London exists for a long time? Or if there is indeed any obstacle which will prevent a critic from debunking Johnson and Wordsworth, the Lamb and Virgil and Thomas Brown and Mr. de la Marie, as the Green Book debunks the advertisement, Gaius and Titius have given their schoolboy readers no faintest help to its discovery. We'll just continue on here. From this passage, the schoolboy will learn about literature precisely nothing. What he will learn quickly enough, and perhaps indelibly, is the belief that all emotions aroused by local association are in themselves contrary to reason and contemptible. Now, I'm going to highlight that point because we will come back to that one. That's actually a key thing to this entire book. He will have no notion that there are two ways of being immune to such an advertisement, that it falls equally flat on those who are above it and those who are below it, on the man of real sensibility and on the mere troussed ape who has never been able to conceive the Atlantic as anything more than so million tons of cold salt water. There are two men to whom we offer in vain a false leading article on patriotism and honor. One is the coward, and the other is the honorable and patriotic man. None of this is brought before the schoolboy's mind. On the contrary, he is encouraged to reject the lure of the Western Ocean, on the very dangerous ground that in so doing he will prove himself knowing fellow who can't be bubbled out of his cash. Gaius and Titius, while teaching him nothing about letters, have cut out of his soul, long before he is old enough to choose, the possibility of having certain experiences which tinkers of more authority than they have held to be generous, fruitful, and humane. But it is not only Gaius and Titius. In another little book, whose author I will call Orbilius, I find that the same operation, under the same general anesthetic, is being carried out. Orbilius chooses for debunking a silly bit of writing on horses, where these animals are praised as the willing servants of the early colonists in Australia, and he falls into the same trap as Gaius and Titius, of Ruksh and Sleipnir, the weeping horses of Achilles, and the war horse in the Book of Job. Nay, even Brer Rabbit and Peter Rabbit, of man's prehistoric piety to our brother the ox, of all that this semi-anthropomorphic treatment of beast has meant in human history, and of literature where it finds noble or quaint expression. He has not a word to say. Even of problems of animal psychology as they exist for science, he says nothing. He contents himself with explaining that horses are not secundum, using Latin here I'm not familiar with, anyways, interested in colonial expansion. This piece of information is really all that his peoples get from him. Basically, to summarize, because we got to skip there, basically saying that the guy is pointing the obvious, like, well, yes, horses are not interested in colonial expansion. Well, no shit, they're fucking horses, is basically what Lewis is saying. That's not the point. Anyways, continuing. This piece of information is really all that his pupils get from him. Why the composition before them is bad when others that lie open to the same charge are good. They do not hear. They do not hear. Much less do they learn of the two classes of men who are respectively above and below the danger of such writing. The man who really knows his horses and really loves them, not with anthropomorphic illusions, but with ordinate love, and the irredeemable urban blockhead to whom a horse is merely an old-fashioned means of transport. Some pleasure in their own ponies and dogs they will have lost, some incentive to cruelty or neglect they will have received, some pleasure in their own knowingness will have entered their minds. That is their day's lesson in English, though of English they have learned nothing. Another little portion of the human heritage has been quickly taken from them before they were old enough to understand. Or was it? There was... Alright, so let's see. We were up here. Is the belief that all emotions aroused by local associations are in themselves. So basically, a lot of people are ripping the emotion out of the literature, is what he's saying with this. They're talking earlier about the anthropomorphization of, say, animals. You say, like, the trusty steed of Alexander the Great, or what have you. The simple version is that they're pulling the emotion. Not only are they pulling emotion out of the literature, but they're also reducing emotion just this weird subjective gobbledygook that doesn't matter, that has no meaning. And I'll remind you, the title of this chapter is Men Without Chest, and to correct, it does not mean muscle and big burly men, it means men without hearts. But we'll get to that in a minute. Alright. I have hitherto been assuming that such teachers as Gaius and Titius do not fully realize what they are doing and do not intend the far-reaching consequences it will actually have. There is, of course, another possibility. What I have called, presuming on their concurrence in a certain traditional system of values, the trousered ape and the urban blockhead may be precisely the kind of man they really wish to produce. The differences between us may go all the way down. They may really hold that the ordinary human feelings about the past, or animals, or large waterfalls, are contrary to reason and contemptible and ought to be eradicated. They may be intending to make a clean sweep of traditional values and start with a new set. That position will be discussed later. If it is the position which Gaius and Titius are holding, I must, for the moment, content myself with pointing out that it is a philosophical and not a literary position. In filling their book with it, they have been unjust to the parent or headmaster who buys it, and who has got the work of an amateur philosopher's where he expected the work of professional grammarians. A man would be annoyed if his son returned from the dentist with his teeth untouched and his head crammed with the dentist's obiter dicta on bimetallism or the Baconian theory. Let's see here. Yes, simple version. So basically the urban block, the way I'm pointing it out though here is it seems most of these books, because keep in mind, as he mentions, these books were meant for higher education. The thing with these books is that because they are ripping all this stuff out of it, the emotion to it, and just reducing it to a borderline nothing as far as emotions and feelings and stories are concerned, this appeals to the midwit. Like, you ever see that meme where it's just the bell curve of IQ, and then you just have you know, the low IQ on one side, high IQ on one side, other side agreeing with each other, and then you have the midwit in the middle saying the dumbest stuff. That's basically what it seems, and it seems that by appealing to that the midwit, or at least the effect of this on, say, the midwit, not that, I don't mean it as an insult, they're just not aware. What ends up happening is, because they don't know any better, they end up becoming, as he puts, the urban blockhead, the seeming idiot, because they're not helped to make certain connections between things. Basically, it's a misleading education. Put it that way. But I doubt whether, or actually, I'll put another example. I know, for example, in psychology, at least the way we were looked at, CBT, like cognitive behavioral therapy, the only reason it's really taught and why it works is because of placebo. That's not really something that they will teach you, is that it mainly works because of placebo. It doesn't work because it's some magical way that if I just think positively, all my feelings will go away. No, that's placebo. A lot, you know it's placebo because if the problem that you're working on does not get solved, and if you don't see that therapist again to reinforce it, most people call it behavioral therapy just disappears, like as if they never had it, because it's placebo, it's not real, and it needs reinforcement. Anyways, basically it's and I don't say it's in a negative sense, but in a way, cognitive behavioral therapy is gaslighting. What I'm saying it related to this is in the same way that because you have younger individuals learning like psychology, how to be a therapist, and they're taught that without the nuances, right? They're not taught the nuances. Or say you're in early, maybe not later, but early computer science, learning the code, so like software and such, and they don't teach you how to like you don't have like shit like when I started. They had like out of date IDEs. Like they try to use what, fucking Eclipse for Java, that old ass piece of shit IDE. They try to use that, and along with other things. And they wouldn't really teach you how to properly like look up and like say functions in an engine, or how to find like where to find the what the fuck is it, the basically just all the code you need to work Java from scratch or from an engine if you're using an engine for something. It's annoying, but anyways, but there's just a big chunk of the education missing, especially considering that in the case of coding's a very creative thing. I hear the later parts of school of it works with like going into the mathematics behind it and such, but beyond that though, I know the early parts were pretty bonk. Anyways, let's see here. But I doubt whether Gaius and Titius have really planned, under cover of teaching English, to propagate their philosophy. I think they have slipped into it for the following reasons. In the first place, literary criticism is difficult, and what they actually do is very much easier. To explain why a bad treatment of some basic human emotion is bad literature is, if we exclude all question-begging attacks on the emotion itself, a very hard thing to do. Even Dr. Richards, who first seriously tackled the problem of badness in literature, failed, I think, to do it. To debunk the emotion, on the basis of a commonplace rationalism, is within almost anyone's capacity. In the second place, I think Gaius and Titius may have honestly misunderstood the pressing educational need of the moment. They see the world around them as swayed by emotional propaganda. They have learned that from tradition that youth is sentimental. And they conclude that the best thing they can do is to fortify their minds of young people against emotion. My own experience as a teacher tells the opposite tale. For every one pupil who needs to be guarded from a weak excess of sensibility, there are 3 who need to be awakened from the slumber of cold vulgarity. I'm going to highlight that because that is very important for education. That's relevant in the modern age, in my opinion, but we'll come back to that in a second. The task of the modern educator is not to cut down jungles, but to irrigate deserts. The right defense against false sentiments is to inculcate just sentiments. By starving the sensibility of our pupils, we only make them easier prey to the propagandist when he comes, for famished nature will be avenged, and a hard heart is no infallible protection against a soft head. So, I want to point this out, because as here he mentions, let's see, basically for every one pupil you have with the excess of sensibility, basically too emotional, you have 3 more who need to be awoken from cold vulgarity. There are so many people, students in education, is they go through like, I just want a paycheck, which is fine. That's fine. People need to get through in life. But a good educator is meant to inspire their students to keep going and to like study things on their own. I give this example all the fucking time about myself, right? So example I give myself is when I was in school, I barely tried. I didn't care. I just let myself get F straight because I just didn't even do anything. I didn't do homework, didn't do anything. I just didn't give a fuck. And it's not that I couldn't understand it. I just didn't care. You know, and I had things happen. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll pass. And I just get A, B, A, B, A, B, and I pass all my stuff. And I'm like, why weren't you doing this earlier? Because I don't care. You're all fucking boring. Anyways, but here's the thing, though. Like, math, for example. I got bored of it pretty easily. If I, like, say, like, right now where I'm working on video games and such, right? And if I had it encouraged where I was working on video games, I would intuitively realize that math is important for it. If you had Visago now back then, working on video games in the same way, you bet your fucking ass I'm learning that math, and I'm gonna fucking enjoy it. Because it's actually relevant to what I do. I did have a math teacher that was inspiring. It's why I actually bothered finishing up school. And if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have even bothered. Because the way he puts it... Oh. But as far as inspiring these sort of things, is that the purpose of an educator is to inspire. It is to teach. It is to inspire, because education, especially traditional, like I think it's Rothschild education, as I refer to it, where a lot of education, especially in the United States, was made to churn out factory workers. It was not made to churn out critical thinking adults. And I would even argue college nowadays doesn't trigger critical thinking adults, at least in most fields. This is just an example that Lewis is putting out for it, but Lewis is mainly talking about in the English fields, though, in literature. He's not, but frankly, this could be applied to literally any field. But let's continue. Oh, and the other point, and I make this point before in some of my own writing, is by starving sensibility, I'm going to paraphrase, by starving sensibilities, they become an easier prey to propagandist. You have a person who has no values, by whatever values you want to argue those be, like, they have had no way to look at values and properly critique them. Not in the sense... God, excuse me, I'm always all stuffed up. Not in the sense that we got to critique everything and hate on everything because everything's just subjective gobbledygook. In the sense that, here's these values, here's what these values are, here's why they are good, we can show you why they're good, or explain why they are good through stories and literature and art and all this, that, and the other, that you are supposed to experience on a human level. It's supposed to invoke things from you. Well, the thing about it is that if you don't have this training, individuals who do not have this kind of training, they are much, much, much easier to be propagandized and brainwashed. The easiest person to brainwash is the person who doesn't believe they're brainwashed. But, and again, I will also refer that Lewis wrote about this back in '43, during the height of World War II. I'm pretty sure they know plenty about propaganda flying around in those days. The thing is that I had a ramble once myself that I've written. I do want to read it at some point and post it up as a video, where I mentioned that, what was it? It was, I don't know what my exact wording was. It was very poetic, but basically, if you have an individual who, because mind you, he points out that the people who wrote this book probably weren't intending for it. It's just that the way they were taught, it just happens to be what the argument is. But if you have somebody who intentionally wants to propagandize to you and such, right, they will argue that everything's relative, and then once your brain's been smoothed out of any personal thought or morals or personal values, they then could insert their own. Lewis doesn't go into this deep, but what I would add to it, by appealing to, say, peer pressure. Oh, everybody's doing it, everybody believes in it, you need to believe in it too, it's the right thing. You have peer pressure, you have, especially in the case of men, you have, like, the ladies are doing it, the ladies all believe, you want the ladies, huh, don't you? Or you have a situation of, everybody does it, because if you don't, everybody's going to hate you, and, bad things are going to happen to you. You're going to be shunned, exiled from society. But anyways, but let's continue. But I'm pointing this out, though, because they're very relevant to the last decade. Anyways, or even before that. Let's go down here. But there's a third and profounder reason for the procedure which Gaius and Titius adopt. They may be perfectly ready to admit that a good education should build some sentiments while destroying others. They may endeavor to do so. But it is impossible that they should succeed. Do what they will, it is the debunking side of their work, and this side alone, which will really tell. In order to grasp this necessity clearly, I must digress for a moment to show that what may be called the educational predicament of Gaius and Titius is different from that of all their predecessors. Until quite modern times, all teachers and even all men believed the universe to be such that certain emotional reactions on our part could be either congruous or incongruous to it, believed in fact that objects did not merely receive but could merit our approval or disapproval, our reverence or our contempt. The reason why Coleridge agreed with the tourist who called the cataract sublime and disagreed with the one who called it pretty was, of course, that he believed inanimate nature to be such that certain responses could be more just or ordinate or appropriate to it than others. And he believed, correctly, that the tourist thought the same. The man who called the cataract sublime was not intending to simply describe his own emotions about it. He was also claiming that the object was one which merited those emotions. But for this claim, there would be nothing to agree or disagree about. To disagree with "this is pretty," if those words simply described the lady's feelings, would be absurd. If she said, "I feel sick," Coleridge would hardly have replied, "No, I feel quite well." When Shelley, having compared the human sensibility to the Aeolian lyre, goes on to add that it differs from a lyre in having a power of internal adjustment, whereby it can accommodate its chords to the motions that strikes them. Sorry, I got run off here. Accommodate its chords to the emotions of that which strikes them. He assumes the same belief. Can you be righteous, asks Traherne, unless you be in rendering to things their due esteem? All things were made to be yours, and you were made to prize them according to their value. You know, like, say, gold, for example. Anyways, St. Augustine defines virtue as ordo amoris, the ordinate condition of the affections in which every object is accorded that kind of degree of love which is appropriate to it. Aristotle says that the aim of education is to make the pupil like and dislike what he ought. When the age for reflective thought comes, the pupil who has been thus trained to ordinate affections or just sentiments will easily find the first principles in ethics. But to the corrupt man, they will never be visible at all and can make no progress in that science. Plato before him had said the same. The little human animal will not at first have the right responses. It must be trained to feel pleasure, liking, disgust, and hatred at those things which are pleasant, likable, disgusting, and hateful. In the Republic, the well-nurtured youth is one who would see most clearly whatever he was amiss in ill-made works of man or ill-grown works of nature, and with a just distaste would blame and hate the ugly even for his clear earliest years, and would give delighted praise to beauty, receiving it into his soul and being nourished by it, so that he becomes a man of gentle heart. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. All right. Basically, it's I can't remember what the comparison was. I think it was Aristotle. Basically, the virtuous man is. I'm gonna use my own words. It has to be smith. It's like a sword. You have to sharpen it. If you don't sharpen it, then it ain't gonna cut anything. If you don't sharpen a person's mind and you don't help them discern right from wrong, they're not gonna be able to cut anything, or they're not gonna know what to cut. And so then things become vague and subjective and so on. But let's move on. All this before he is of an age to reason, so that when reason at length comes to him, then, bred as he has been, he will hold out his hands in and welcome and recognize her because of affinity he bears to her. In early Hinduism, that conduct in men, which can be called good, consists in conformity to or almost participation in the rata. Is that rata? Ra? I'll just say Ra. Ra, that great ritual or pattern of nature and supernature, which is revealed alike in the cosmic order, the moral virtues and ceremonial of the temple. Righteousness, correctness, order, and the rata is constantly identified with satya, or truth. correspondence to reality. As Plato said that the good was beyond existence, and Wordsworth thought that virtue the stars were strong, that through virtue the stars were strong, so the Indian masters say that the gods themselves were born of Rata and obey it. Basically reality. Your truth has to also be confirmable in reality for it to have any value. That's the simple translation. The Chinese also speak of the great thing, the greatest thing, called the Tao. It is the reality beyond all predicates, the abyss that was before the Creator himself. It is nature, it is the way, the road. It is the way in which the universe goes on, the way in which things everlastingly emerge, stilly and tranquilly, into space and time. It is also the way which every man should tread in imitation of that cosmic and supercosmic progression, conforming all activities to that greater exemplar. In ritual, says the Analects, it is harmony with nature that is prized. The ancient Jews likewise praise the law as being true. And, I see Toy Little Bit Gaming.
Welcome
Hello, Little
to
Bit.
hell. Toy Little Bit Gaming.
I know I have a weird wave with this book. I should have told my modeler to put this book on my other hand instead of this hand, because now my wave's all weird. Look at this. What am I doing? We are reading Abolition of Man by C.S. Lewis right now. And then later we're going to do art. But welcome, how are you? Welcome to hell, don't mind the screaming, perfectly normal here. Yeah, and we'll continue pixel art. I might get through maybe a chapter. And then we'll... Yeah, we're not long till the next chapter. So we'll finish this chapter. Maybe do 2 chapters. We'll see how we're looking. And then we'll do some pixel art. I think we'll do 2. That way, when we do 2 chapters... that way next time I do the reading, we can actually finish the book, because it's a very short book. You love hell? Well, hell loves you. No. Also, it's funny, because C.S. Lewis is actually a Christian apologist, which is what we're reading right now. But I digress. Let's get on to it. Oh, also, side note here, where he mentions the ancient Jews likewise praise the law as being true. So, it's an extension of... It's a logical extension. So... If these things like Sublime, if things like, if you first have to train your mind to recognize what should be good and should be bad, what ought to be, then the logic then proceeds that the laws that end up deriving from this differentiation are themselves true. You can say, okay, laws of science are true if proper science, if it's done actually properly and not just bullshitted science. That's scientific, but then there's also means that moral laws and the way that people conduct their lives, if these values are discovered, are also in and of themselves true. But let's continue. This conception in all its forms, Platonic, Aristotelian, Stoic, Christian, and Oriental alike, I shall henceforth refer to, for brevity, simply as the Tao. Some of the accounts of which I have quoted will seem perhaps to many of you merely quaint or even magical. But what is common to them all is something we cannot neglect. It is the doctrine of objective value, the belief that certain attitudes are really true and others really false. To the kind of thing the universe is and the kind of things we are. Those who know the Tao can hold that to call children delightful or old men venerable is not simply to record a psychological fact about our own parental or filial emotions at the moment, but to recognize a quality which demands a certain response from us whether we make it or not. I myself do not enjoy the society of small children, because I speak from within the Tao. I recognize this as a defect in myself. Just as a man may have to recognize that he is tone deaf or colorblind. And because our approvals and disapprovals are thus recognitions of objective value, or responses to an objective order, therefore, emotional states can be in harmony with reason, when we feel liking or what we ought to be approved, or out of harmony with reason when we perceive that liking is due but cannot feel the liking. No emotion is in itself a judgment. In that sense, all emotions and sentiments are illogical, but they can be reasonable or unreasonable as they conform to reason or fail to conform. The heart never takes the place of the head, but it can and should obey it. Basically, you can, almost like Pavlovian sense. You can condition people to like and believe in certain things. That is an objective that's there's plenty of studies on that. You can condition people to feel. You can make a dog salivate at meat. You can do similar things to a human. And that is also the purpose of training in towards values. Now, exactly what those values are, that's not for me to really describe here. However, to not have some sort of delineation within yourself by whatever metric you want to measure that by, and when I say that, I mean that in the sense of broadly speaking. I'm not saying like it's just your own subjectivity, but the thing is that your emotions can be trained effectively. For the most part, there's a little stipulation I'll add to that from what I know about emotions, and they are heavily guided by instinct, but they can be conditioned. And it's just as long as you condition them properly, and as long as you... God damn, I cannot clear my throat. 1 second. Get a little drink here. But as long as you condition them properly, and they're reinforced, you won't suffer from, well, first they'll be, you'll be able to see what you need to do, but also you will have the proper feeling you want will emerge from it, right? And if something's beautiful, you will actually feel something more sublime about it. Both of the object itself that deserves the description, as well as you will have its effect upon you as well in a positive sense, but let's move on. Like, or I can put an example of it in a bad way. You could train somebody to, like, whatever you want to say. So there's like a beautiful painting or something. Yes, it's subjective, eye of the beholder, all that nonsense. But you could train somebody to hate a certain painting for no reason. You can train them to emotionally hate a painting. Like, say there's a painting, right? It's a historic painting, and you have some political views, whatever views they are. It doesn't matter. We're not here to discuss that. And it happens to be antithetical to your views. Immediately you're going to hate that painting in one way or another. Most people are, if that's the case. But if it's the opposite, then you're going to like it. But again, and it doesn't really pull itself out to just look at the painting itself. But that's for another time. Moving on. Over against this stands the world of the Green Book, in which the very possibility of a sentiment being reasonable or even unreasonable has been excluded from the outset. It can be reasonable or unreasonable only if it conforms or fails to conform to something else. To say that the cataract is sublime means saying that our emotion of humility is appropriate or ordinate to the reality, and thus to speak of something else besides the emotion, just as to say that a shoe fits is to speak not only of shoes but of feet. But this reference to something beyond emotion is what Gaius and Titus exclude from every sentence containing a predicate of value. Such statements, for them, refer solely to the emotion. Now, the emotion thus considered by itself cannot be either in agreement or disagreement with reason. It is irrational, not as a paralogism is irrational, but as a physical event is irrational. It does not rise even to the dignity of error. On this view, the world of facts, without one trace of value, and the world of feelings, without one trace of truth or falsehood, justice or injustice, confront one another, and no reproachment is possible. So, it's just going through, like, as we mentioned before, they didn't forge, metaphorically speaking, they didn't sharpen their sword, and even if they did, they don't know where to cut, so they can't differentiate between right and wrong. So as a result, they just become plague, uninspired, and not inspired by anything. But anyways, hence the educational problem is wholly different according as you stand within or without the Tao. For those within, the task is to train in the pupil those responses which are in themselves appropriate, whether anyone is making them or not, and in making which the very nature of man consists. Those without, if they are logical, must regard all sentiments as equally non-rational, as mere mists between us and the real objects. As a result, they must either decide to remove all sentiments as far as possible from the pupil's mind, or else to encourage some sentiments for reasons that have nothing to do with their intrinsic justness. Sorry, I got a little bloated there. Or ordinancy. The latter course involves them in the questionable process of creating in others, by suggestion or incantation, a mirage which their own reason has successfully dissipated. Perhaps this will become clearer if we take a concrete instance. When a Roman father told his son that it was sweet and seemly thing to die for his country, he believed what he said. He was communicating to his son an emotion which he himself shared, and which he believed to be in accord with the value which judgment discerned in noble death. He was giving the boy the best he had, giving of his spirit to humanize him, as he had given of his body to beget him. But Gaius and Titius cannot believe that in calling such death sweet and seemly, they would be saying something important about something. Their own method of debunking would cry out against them as if they attempted to do so. For death is not something to eat, and therefore cannot be delused in the literal sense. And it is unlikely that the real sensations preceding it will be dulce. I'm not sure what it is. Dulce? I guess dulce. I presume it's a Latin phrase I'm not familiar with. Dulce even by an analogy. And as for decorum, that is only a word describing how some other people will feel about your death when they happen to think of it, which won't be often, and will certainly do you no good. There are only two courses open to Gaius and Titius. Either they must go the whole way and debunk this sentiment like any other, or must set themselves to work to produce from outside a sentiment which they believe to be of no value to the pupil, and which they cost him his life, because it is useful to us, the survivors, that our young men should feel it. If they embark on this course, the difference between the old and new education will be an important one. Where the old initiated the new, where the old initiated the new merely where the old initiated the new merely conditions. The old dealt with pupils as grown birds deal with young birds when they teach them to fly. The new deals with them more as the poultry keeper deals with young birds, making them thus for purposes of which birds know nothing. In a word, the old was a kind of propagation, men transmitting manhood to men. The new is merely propaganda. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Second. So basically, we're saying here, if we're talking like olden times, I'm going to add a little bit more stipulation to this. A lot of cultures throughout history, for among men, and this is something severely lacking in our current culture, like severely. Like there's really not anything close to it in the modern Western age, even the Eastern age in a lot of cases. Is a lot of cultures, ancient cultures and so on, would have initiation like things for boys when they become men, you know, and then they either get sent off to the military or they just regularly become men or what have you. Because a thing with men's male psychology is, we'll compare it to women in this case, is that women have to grow up fast. It's forced in their biology, you know. It's forced in their biology, and if we think historically, how vulnerable women were historically, you know, getting pregnant, being in times where starvation and a slight cut can kill you from getting sick, stuff like that. Whereas men never really had sure, yeah, you get older, you hit puberty and stuff like that, sure, but there wasn't any like hard biological aspects of yourself that forced you to grow up. Now, historically they had to because men had to survive, of course, but as things became easier and easier and easier, men just had less and less of a calling. You can look in the modern age, like our current predicament with men. Men have no calling in the current day. But why I reference it here, and in this case we're talking about the Roman soldier, but you could apply it to anything. You could apply it to Spartans, you could apply it to the Athenians. Like almost every culture had some kind of thing to initiate men, where in this case the Roman soldier instilled patriotism in his son, and the son became the new soldier. Now, you could sit here and argue that, well, it's subjective, the country, like, why the fuck do I want to die for some old people in a country? Which is understandable, mind you. Like, for example, in America, I would not want to be a part of the, and I'm not referring to the current administration, I'm just referring to the last administrations of my entire lifetime, by the way. I'm not referring to just, I'm not referring to current politics, let's put that way. But I would not want to join the military because for example, the United States has a track record of pointless conflicts for many, many decades now. But when it comes to Rome and such like this, though, it's still the father transmitting a feeling to the son. Like, it is a good thing to be this, and that inspires the son to do that thing and get better at that thing, and it gives him meaning in life. And that is the sort of feeling of purpose and meaning is severely lacking in the West right now. And again, I'm going to reiterate, this is the part of the writing here that I was mentioning, is the proto version, because Lewis was noticing this stuff back in 43. You could probably notice it earlier. I think even Nietzsche mentioned this sort of thing. That this would start taking over and snowballing as time goes on with the way people are making everything so blag and subjective and feelings don't mean anything. Or feelings do mean anything, but they mean everything, so you have to pay attention to my feelings. It's the same way. Hello, Bagel! How are we? I'm going to make a weird hand wave to you. Look at this. I'm going to do a weird book thing. Let me get rid of this book. We don't need the book. There we go. Also, we're about to get an ad in like 30 seconds. I'm just going to ramble for a second before I continue. I'm going to wait for these ads to finish on Twitch, and I will continue. So we got 30 seconds before they start, so I'm just going to ramble for a little bit. Weird book thing. Yes, weird book thing. When I have the book out and I wave, because I had my modeler put it on the wrong hand, so when I wave with the book, it looks weird. So I should have had her put it on the other hand, that way I could still wave with my book out. But I digress. 10 seconds for advertisement, then I'm just going to ramble about things while we wait for the ads to be done. But yeah, and we'll reference, we're going to finish up to either the first or second chapter, and we will be, and we're either going to either get to the second chapter or we'll read the second chapter, and then we'll do some pixel art. I do have a little fun piece I'm working on right now, but we'll see how that goes. But no, I hope everybody's doing love it today. I was going to stream last night or yesterday, but the problem is that I had unexpected visitors show up with like a baby, and my dog flips the fuck out when the baby's here. So you had dogs barking, babies crying, and people screaming and cooking cookies. So there's no way I'm doing reading a book while all that shit is going on. Ah, sheepdog. Thank you. We all thank you. Hold on. Thank you, sheepdog, for your offering. Thank you for your offering. We appreciate it.
Sheepdoll 666 sold their soul.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And now they're mine. Welcome to hell. Okay, 10 seconds on the advertisement, by the way, everybody. But thank you, sheepdog. Thank you for your subscription. Hope you get the little wiggle emotes. I got little wiggle emote to do little wiggles. You could be like these guys. I bet these guys here. Get the little wiggles. Oh my god, that's so funny. He can read it. My little chest thing can read it. Alright, it's going to hell. Let's just make it faster. Well, there you go. That works. I want the little guy read it for a little. I wish I could separate my mouth voices. There is a way you can get like stream pets where like when you do like auto text to speech, the little chest dudes will talk, and they won't talk like me. They'll just talk whenever text to speech goes. I just haven't bothered setting that up. So maybe in the future I'll get that going. Anyways. Alright, back to reading, since the advertisements are done. Alright, let's see here. Where were we? Alright. It is to their credit that Gaius and Titius embraced their first alternative. Propaganda is their abomination, not because their own philosophy gives a ground for condemning it or anything else, but because they are better than their principles. They probably have some vague notion, I will examine in my next lecture, that valor and good faith and justice could be sufficiently commended to the people on what they would call rational or biological or modern grounds, if it should ever become necessary. In the meantime, they leave the matter alone and get on with the business of debunking. But this course, though less inhuman, is not less disastrous than the opposite alternative of cynical propaganda. Let us propose for a moment that the harder virtues could really be theoretically justified with no appeal to objective value. It still remains true that no justification of virtue will enable a man to be virtuous. Without the aid of trained emotions, the intellect is powerless against animal organism. I had sooner played cards against a man who was quite skeptical about ethics, but bred to believe that a gentleman does not cheat, than against an irreproachable moral philosopher who had been brought up among sharpers. In battle, it is not syllogisms that will keep reluctant nerves and muscles in their post in the third hour of bombardment. The crudest sentimentalism, such as Gaius and Titius would wince at, about a flag or a country or a regiment, will be of more use. We are told it all long ago by Plato. As the king governs by his executive, so reason and man must rule the mere appetites by means of the spirited element. The head rules the belly through the chest, the seat, as Alanus tells us, of magnanimity, of emotions organized by trained habits into stable sentiments. The chest magnanimity sentiment. The chest magnanimity sentiment. That was one word, that's weird. These are the indispensable liaison officers between cerebral man and visceral man. It may even be said that it is by this middle element that man is man, for by his intellect he is mere spirit, and by his appetite he is mere animal. So, no, I have this. Oh, let me turn the book off real quick. I have this emote for a reason, everybody. Hold on. Hold on, it doesn't show it properly. Give me 1 second. Pop. As above, so below. Or as the saying goes, no man can go to heaven without his roots all the way into hell. Anyways, let's get... Actually, I think we're at the end of this chapter here. The operation of the Green Book and its kind is to produce what may be called men without chest. This is not referring to muscles, it's referring to the heart, so don't misconstrue that, everybody. It is an outrage that they should be commonly spoken of as intellectuals. This gives them the chance to say that he who attacks them attacks intelligence. It is not so. They are not distinguished from other men by any unusual skill in finding truth, nor any virginal ardor to pursue her. Indeed, it would be strange if they were. A persevering devotion to truth, a nice sense of intellectual honor cannot be long maintained without the aid of sentiment, which Gaius and Titius could debunk as easily as any other. It is not excess of thought, but defect of fertile and generous emotion that marks them out. Their heads are no bigger than the ordinary. It is the atrophy of the chest beneath that makes them seem so. And all the time, such as the tragicomedy of our situation, we could continue to clamor for those very qualities we are rendering impossible. You could hardly open a periodical without coming across the statement that what our civilization needs is more drive, more dynamism, or self-sacrifice, or creativity. In a sort of ghastly simplicity, we remove the organ and demand the function. We make men without chests and expect them of virtue and enterprise. We laugh at honor and are shocked to find traitors in our midst. We castrate the geldings to be fruitful. We castrate them and bid the geldings to be fruitful. So, the main phrase look here is, we laugh at honor and are shocked to find traitors within our midst. Again, it's just extreme subjectivism suggests there's no reason to be honorable. And so, you get people that like to backstab you. That's an oversimplification. That is a very oversimplification, but it's the point still stands. I think we will end it there, and move on to some pixel art. I really like this book. Now, mind you, I only think the first chapter is the strongest part, though. Usually, I think it's, if I recall, the fourth chapter is actually really strong. It goes into some crazy detail. Because like you can read all this and it's like, okay, good point. Yeah, subjectivism kind of allows certain things and so on. That's simplification. And he talk on education is pretty interesting, but as we get further and further into this book, he gets a lot deeper into things. That's basic instruction. There's 3 more chapters. We're not going to finish them today, as long as I don't get fucking interrupted like last time. We will be basically doing a chapter. Oh god, why am I doing that? We're doing a chapter a day. So I'll be right back. I'm going to check on something, and then we are going to switch over to doing pixel art. So stay tuned. Boop.
Knocking on my door. Oh shit! Oh my god! Fucking scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay. Power time. Nice.
Also remember that Wesker has big radius.
Well, I literally see him. Go see, not that way. You're volunteer for Ouija board. You all go deal with Ghost. I'll go deal with Ouija board.
Oh no. Wait. Where are you going with
I'm going over here.
it? You don't want to be in the room where she's at?
I don't have to be. It's a Ouija board.
Alright.
Why would I have to be in the same room? I'm gonna break the Ouija board and make it hunt. We're looking for fingies? The witches need fingies? I forgave you, Legion, you're good. Right, let's summon the ghost. Fuck you, ghost. About to get away from Keto. I'm evil. Yes, my evil plan worked. Don't ever bet the demon to get the Ouija board.
Oh no. I don't know if I got an actual photo of it though. I did try.
Ah, my evil plans.
Oh boy, I'm back to health. You fucked me back to health.
Indeed, indeed. Come here.
Little privacy, please. Oh, okay. Well, we
I'm
can
here
poop
for the
together.
poop show.
Yeah,
Come on, get on here.
Go ahead,
We're here
get
for
it
the
going.
shit show.
We're
I
pooping
paid good
together.
money for this.
We're here for the
Bionis,
shit
get
show.
in there. Let me shut the door.
I paid good money for this.
Yeah.
Have
do
fun.
the dance.
Well, that's a lap dance right there.
Yeah.
Outhouse lap dance.
On the shitter. You get a wish. You get a wish, Ghosty. Get one wish. Get one wish if you just have to rub it. Rub the shiny. Rub the shiny.
No.
Yes.
No.
Rub the shiny.
Do it.
Rub it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Ghosty, do it.
Unlimited power.
Yes, do it. Do it, Ghosty.
No.
Do it. Do it. Let the hate flow through you, Ghosty. Do it.
I can't breathe.
Do it. Do it. Take the card.
No.
The power of the... Do not believe in the heart of the cards, Ghosty. It's calling for you.
No,
I don't care.
Guide me.
Do it.
Oh my god.
Do it. Yay! We got it.
And a famous chef can finally come true. Frank Lobabell. Who got the tasty meal? No copy. Oh, lingering smell of kitchen splatter. Don't run off again, Lobabell. Come here, boy. Puppy. Gotta hit puppy. Holy crap, I can kill puppy. I can kill...
Alrighty, so on the pixel art. There's a little piece I was working on for a bit. Actually, I need to be a little bigger here. Hold on. It's actually it doesn't. I have nothing showing it yet, but it's actually a slightly political piece. But nothing's really showing just yet. I'm working on the lass here. Let's see here. So right now, I've just been doing doodles for it. Little doodles. And let me see here. Let me get all my windows up. I got a reference sheet to pull out. I have several references I have to keep out to look at here. Because I have one reference sheet of just a random stock image of a woman in a pose. And then I have another reference sheet for the character themselves. And I have to bounce between a lot of stuff. And there's also a image for a style I'm looking to emulate a little bit. Because there's a certain I'm not going to name it just yet, but There's certain Pixar has a certain way they do coloring and stuff that I like. This is just base coloring. This isn't the actual thing. I was doing some experiments up here with the hair. None of this is final. This is all just early doodles. So, let me see what we get here. I need, what do I need? All right, let me see here. What do I need to work on here? So, the hard thing with this piece is that, it's hard for me to figure out where her torso is really pointing, because in the image that I'm using as a reference, the lady's torso is actually going this way, but the way I drew it, it's like her torso wants to, like her spine wants to go like that way back there, which means I have to go and mess around with this arm over here. So let's kind of play around. Don't know why that layer's locked. Wait, hold on. Oh no, that's on the wrong layer. There we go. There we go. But no, we're just gonna be doing doodling. So what it seems I have to do here is, so I'm trying to figure out a way to get myself into doing art more often and actually have fun with it, because, you know, call it ADD or whatever, but I get bored of them pretty quickly. The one way I found to do it is to not worry about mannequinning it really hard. Excuse me. One moment. Anyways, not worry about mannequinning it super hard. And just kind of like do very light, like I did the circle for the head, the little thing down, did the cheek. Little weird shape for the torso. But I kind of freeformed it. Like, I didn't measure this arm out in a hard sense. I just freeformed the arm, and it actually came out pretty well. And so is the fingers. I'm doing the toony, like, 3-finger thing. I could put a 4th here if I wanted. I could maybe put, if I wanted to do the 4th finger. A pinky finger. Because the 3 fingers usually easier to do. However, with this character, and for those who don't know, this would be Isabelle from Animal Crossing. I've actually played the games. I've wanted to play the GameCube one, just as anything GameCube I could be nostalgic for, even if I haven't actually played the game itself. Although nowadays, unfortunately, there's so many classic games I want to play, but I just don't have time for anymore, and it's hard for them to keep my interest. Which is sad. But good. I mean, it is good, though, because it means I do more productive things now, so that's good. But let me hide the ear real quick, so I can actually... Looks so weird without the ear. Alright, so... If I wanted to put the pinky, I could do it like that. You know? I could put all 4 fingers in. The thumb's on the other side, not really going to see the thumb. I put the ears back. We kind of do this. But everybody's doing well today, and no sheep, again, I will say again, thank you for the subscription. Did it just me to bring you here? How'd you find me, sheep, if you don't mind me asking? Let's see here. Alright, so where do I want to go with this? Where do I want to go with this? Now, this part of the hand's not actually going to be here, because it's a little too thick on this side here. Show up my YouTube Rex, and I'm a huge sucker for demons, a cult of the lamb, so, oh, there you go. Fitting. Well, we also do have, this is, for everybody watching, this is only going to pop up on Twitch, but we do have, although I think my LinkedIn might have a Discord link, we'll see. But we do have a Discord if you ever popping in. It's gonna pop up. I think it didn't. Hold on. Oh wait, no. Wait, I hit the wrong command. There we go. There we go. Should be fixed. Yeah, we do have a Discord if you ever want to pop in. It's mainly just me chilling and just rambling to people and such. We also do game dev as well. I'm a little hiatus on it because I'm wanting to practice my art, but we do game dev as well. Let's see here. All right, let me. So this hand is a little too thick, but Work, by the way, if I don't reply, you're good. I get a lot of people pop in and lurk. You're not expected to really chit-chat. Well, I get a lot of people that enjoy lurking, and that's fine. So this hand's actually too thick. It would actually be more like that. But the problem, however, is that I'd have to do her face underneath. And there does need to be some kind of... I should do a leg up like that. There does need to be... Well, one, I need to get stuff underneath, but I also need to... Hold on, give me 1 second to kind of like... I'll just keep it like that for now, because that's going to get filled in here in a minute. This arm needs to be fixed a little bit, just needs to come down that way. And we could probably like... Oop. Fill this part in. And that should be okay for now. Well, again, it's not perfect. We still have to, there's a lot to clean up. I'm just trying to get like the general thing. And I do want to animate this partially, but we'll see how that goes. I'm just trying to get the overall shape. It's why I'm not going crazy. Like, I have colors, but these are just flat colors. These aren't like anything crazy, because I'm trying to get an idea for how everything's going to be done. And then we'll sort the details there later. Also, I need to fix her face. That's not actually how the little white part of her face is. I kind of had it come up this way to kind of show her cheeks a little better, but it's for the character, it's actually just a circle. Let me see here for a moment and look. What if I... where's the chair? Let me get the chair real quick. Let me do it like this. I mean, if I put it this way, it does kind of look like she's sitting, going that way. Also, one unfortunate thing, though, I may have to increase the canvas size on top to get the little thing on top of her head, because it sticks, like, straight up. Which is unfortunate, because I didn't want to have to fuck around with the canvas size all that much. Let me think here. And if anybody has anything, if this looks off to anybody, let me know, because I could use some critique to help make it better. Of course, now remember, this is just the early doodle. This isn't the full piece. Also, I gotta fix... I don't know why. I need to get rid of these eyelashes here. They're not actually supposed to be here. Let me just do this. Because she's gonna have a slight slant in her eye, so the eyelashes are gonna be lower where her eyelids are. Oh, excuse me. Get this up here, and then we'll... And I don't know I don't think for the line art, there's different thoughts you can do with the line art, because this is high-res pixel art. This is, or it's going to be once I get it sorted. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Do I actually have it as 127? That's 130. It is 120. Okay, so yeah, I actually can make it taller and not worry without turning off resolution too much. That's actually okay. Because I was worried that it would be too tall, but no, it'll still be a 1:1 aspect ratio if I bring it up a bit for... Actually, I'll just go ahead and do that real quick, because I know we're going to go up there. Canvas size... Boop. You know, it's good. It's good to chill here. I hope you all are enjoying your chill day today. But no, as I said, it's a slight political piece once it gets done. It's nothing here showing here now, but the reason I'm using Isabel is because it's a goofy thing. So, me personally, I'm not going to talk crazy about politics, but all I will say is I generally believe in less government. Just less government is always good. And in most, not everything, but in most cases, less government is good. In most cases. Especially when you realize just how corrupt they always are. And how much money they waste. And that's been a thing I believe for decades now, that's never changed. So, I'm using Isabel because I haven't played Animal Crossing, but I'm aware of like various just characters from various franchises. Ironically, she's very bureaucratic, but the reason why I have it is because you're gonna have like and this won't be like her. She's more anthropomorphized, but we'll have like Actually, let me change this. This color's bothering me. This needs to be brighter. Hold up. 1 second. There, because that was bothering me. There. But, you know, like if you think like in America, how the different parties are represented by different animals, and we have all of those animals down here just doing stupid shit. She's got a little gun, little shrink ray thing, and then she's going to say a thing that says shrink the government, because smaller government's always better. Usually. Usually. There are some exceptions. But, that's basically the idea of the piece. And it's going to be animated to where there's like a dude coming over here bitching and whatever the hell it is. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how the full Pete thing's going to be. I'm just trying to sketch out to see how it is. I'm trying to get her, because that's more important, because she has more detail. The little dudes, I don't expect too much. Let me do a measurement here, actually. Because I can see how big they're actually going to be. And I can actually do the hard Animal Crossing style, because they'll actually be small enough to where it warrants it. What about like 32 by 32? Yeah, I think 32 by 32 would be good. Yeah, we'll do 32 by 32. Let's see, what should I work on next? I got a distance. I'm looking at it. It seems mostly fine. I think I have to move this arm over a little bit more, though. I might be able to just tilt it, as much as I don't want to, because you generally don't want to tilt in pixel art like this, but we'll see. I have to make it shorter. Shorter and bring it closer to... Oh, that's much better. That's much, much better. That's much better. I just need to worry about where the hand is, because... I got two options I could do here for the idea of the thing. Because there's going to be like a little dude come over here and he's just bitching, right? And just yell and all this stupid crap. And either she's going to flick him, or she's just going to shoot the gun at him and he's just going to disappear. Although if she flicks, then that means the gun's going to be up here in her hand. Which is not safe. Don't put a gun in general next to your face like that, but, you know, oh. Going with Gen Alpha, hold on one second. Gen Alpha meme lords and turn all IRL toilets into skibbity toilets. Nah, but from cool art and meaning. I didn't understand that last phrase, but hello, Za. Welcome. We should replace government with Gen Alpha meme lords. Shrink them Alpha meme lords? And turn all IRL toilets into skibbity toilets. Shrink the Gen Alpha meme lords. You've confused me, Za. If those don't know, over on Twitch, there is a restream bot I can get, so I'll post... I actually probably should put in the restream bot now that I think about it. That way I can get all the posts from YouTube as well on my Twitch. Because it'll be a lot easier to track. But if y'all don't see it, we do have people over on YouTube as well as Twitter. I get people who lurk a lot on Twitter. I got a lot of people lurking on Twitter, but nobody types, which, not that I have anything against that. You're all fine lurking, lovelies, don't worry about it. But it kind of surprises me. But anyways, but hello, Za, welcome. Alright, so I gotta fix this eyelash thing up here. We gotta fix this. I might want to make this color here darker. Let's work on something a little darker. I could use the orange. We'll use the orange for now. That should be, at least for now. We'll probably change it later. And then we need to correct these eyeballs. I want to make little pretty eyes. No, just brain rot nonsense. It seemed like it. That's what I was guessing. Because it was rotting my brain. I've never seen Skibbity Toilet. I don't plan to ever watch it. I will not watch it as long as I can. All I know is the thumbnail. I've not actually seen it. And if everything's perfect, which never is, I won't see it ever. So, you know. But yes, welcome. So I don't want these just to be round. I kind of want like a distinct shape to them if I can. Although they don't, like, I mean, I have to fix the shape a little bit. It's a little off, but... Actually, if I wanted, I could just copy and paste one over. Because they're basically saying there's not... It's head on, so the angle isn't going to be that different. So I just need to focus on one of them, and then I can go around and get the other one. What? Does she... I think it's just black beady eyes, I think. Which... yeah, just black beady eyes on the normal model. So we will give it color. I think she has green eyes. We'll go with green, but we'll worry about that later. So how do I want to shape these? Well, it depends. There's several different kind of shapes we could do. I do think round kind of fits her better, though, with the way we have, like, the little shape here. Oh, I need to fix this little snoot thing here, because hers actually just flat out round. Like that. Can I pay you to watch Skibbity Toilet? $100. And I'll watch Skibbity Toilet. $100. Or at least like $100 worth of like subscriptions or whatever on Twitch. Then I'll do it. Right, we do want to actually push it a little bit that way because her hand is pushing her cheek. That is one thing I gotta watch though, is that I need to make sure you can tell weight over here, and that's going to be the challenge, is make sure this hand has weight on her cheek. Because if I don't, it's going to look weird and unnatural. Get rid of all this. Let's see. Fix a little bit up here. We'll be working on the hand later. I just want to make sure it's all bolded out so I can actually see it properly. Let's erase a little bit of this here to kind of bring it out a little bit. I think that hand seems fine. Like maybe a little bit of shape change, but I'm talking like the fingers primarily. There's this right here we have to work on, but I'm not going to mess with that because I don't know if the gun's going to be in this hand or not. So, because if it is, then it might actually make this part a lot easier, actually. Because all I have to do is remove this tip, make the tip go out more, and then just put the bottom of the handle there, and then it's fine. I think it was good to me. Yeah, well, I'll come back to that. Worst case scenario, I just have to although your hand would have a little bit of fat right here, a little fatty part here. If you ever ball your fist and look at the pinky side. Alright, let's see here. What are we going to work on next? I get the top of the head, but top head's easy. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just worried about the figure itself. The neck seems fine. Maybe work on the torso a little more. Let's do little tiny things here real quick. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, that's the chair. Well, I mean, it's going to go over that anyway. Where's the desk? Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Where's the desk? Because it would be behind the desk. Oh, god damn it. Yeah. Okay, so erase all this, because this would be behind. There we go. Yes, it is. It is Isabel. Let's see. Probably straighten this out because of the shirt that she is wearing. Let me see here. Be like that. Something like that. Wait, is that the right color? That is, okay. And then we'll have to work on the other hand, but I'm still not sure quite what I want to do with that. But I'm going steady, though. I'm not rushing this piece, because when I start rushing pieces, I get bored of them. So we're not going to rush it. Nope, nope, don't want to do that. Something like that, would that be good enough? Yeah, I think that's good enough. I don't know if I need to do anything here. I don't think I do, because if I put something here, it look like she had fucking shrimp posture over here. Oh, we're gonna make shrimp bell. Hold on, we're gonna turn her into a shrimp. Hold on, pull the desk like all the way over here. Just full-on shrimp posture over here. Become the shrimp. Be the shrimp. But no, we're not going to do that. No, I think she's fine there. Anything... Oh yeah, we need to work on the eyes still. I got distracted. So let's see here. Let's do... There is a way. You can do eyes like you have a weird straight right there with a slight curve. And you go straight almost all the way up. Then you curve a little bit, and then we need like a point to the eye, you know, because more feminine eyes, they kind of go like this. Like you have a little point there. This is very narrow, but, you know, if we do circular, it'd be like... Hold on. I'm just gonna doodle for a second. Also, do you allow fan art of your demon fellow? Yes, I do allow fan art. I love fan art. If I get fan art, I put it in my, as long as it's safe for work, I put it in my slideshow. Because I have had not safe works, I've had fan art before, which I don't mind either. Ooh, okay, I like that shape. I like this shape. I don't know if I'm going to do that for her, though, because... I'll give it a shot, we'll see. I mean, do you art yourself, sheep doll, or... Let me kind of... I also, and by the way, on my Discord, I do have a full reference sheet if you need a reference of myself. Just FYI. We could try this shape here and see how it looks. Let me take her eyes real quick. You're a ooh, fancy. So you're a fancy artist. Got you, got you. Alright, I'm gonna take these and put them on a new layer real fast. Ah! Demon Bell. But eyes 1. We're just gonna hide those real quick. Eyes 2. Nope. Put them right here. We'll go in the hair. I don't think this one's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it out anyway. We'll see how it goes. Fill that in. Let's just go and trim this part off. It's kind of a debate if you want to go over there or not, but that's not. I'm not worried about it. Same little thing there. What we do, we need to color that in. I probably should put the hair on a different layer, but I'm lazy right now. No, I would have to. No, that's not. Yeah, we'll have to work on this bottom shape here, but I'm just gonna do it. We're just doodling right now. I'm not actually messing around. I want to see like what I want to do with the eyes. I know the posture for the eyes. That's fine. I just like gotta figure out what general shape I want to use. Self-care, gam gam. It's my gam gam. It's my gam gam. Come here, come here, Gambino. Where's Gam Gam? Come here. Give ups. Ups for Gam Gam. Up. And one more. Whoosh. Up. There's Gam Gam. Hi Gam Gam. How's my Gambino? How's Gambino? How's my Gam Gam? That'd be good. I hope Gam Gam's good. We're doing art. Doing the arts. I'm gonna give Gam Gam a little shout out.
Potato bowl. I ain't gonna protect you. Don't go near me, bro.
Oh. There we go. Holy shit, it works.
Guys, I'm bald.
Bro, I was bald and I got thrown away.
Don't look at my head. Don't look at my...
Jesus Christ, the tornado spawned. It spawned on top of all of us.
Gam! Gam! I see you! Gam! Gam!
What?
Gam! I see you, Gam! Turn around! Gam! Hey. What's wrong?
Hey, Boasty, anywhere the light touches is your kingdom.
Oh, sweet. that doesn't help the allegations.
Are you alright?
Oh my god, I it doesn't help the fact that I can't. your Why are kingdom is you also being destroyed right now.
Go back.
Why are you bald?
Oh god. But hi, yes, we're doing good. We're doing some doodles here. Doing some doodles, Gam Gam. I hope my Gam Gam's doing good. Let's see, do I want those eyes? Yeah, I need to play around with it more. We're just doodling eyes for a little bit until I figure out what kind of eyes I want to do. Let's see. Also, wait, we gotta do the eyelash too. I hate it's gonna be black on black. I hate that. I'll have to maybe make this like dark blue or something. Let's do some like dark blue for now. We'll mess around with it later. Again, we're just doodling. We're not doing anything crazy. She's gonna be blinking, so I do have to keep in mind that the eye will come up. So when it comes up, it's gonna be something like that. Something like that, and then something like that. Something like that. Actually, that's a good point. I should probably go ahead play Monster Hunter Beta. I hope it's fun. Actually, that's a good point, because I need to see what it looks like when it's up to due to since it is going to be animated. It's not too bad. I have to play with the shape a little bit, but that's definitely workable. Well, let me do this. Just bring it over here. Oh, okay. I like that with when I see them both. There we go. Well, let me fix this a little bit. Be like right around there. Also, I need to hold on. Hide the eyes real quick. What the fuck? Why is it? Oh, there we go. Fix that. Okay, I like that. I'll have to play with it a little bit, but I actually do like that. Let me maybe not sharpen necessarily, kind of twist the thing here. But I'm having fun with it, Gam Gam. It's a shame we couldn't really do the chill in VR chat, Gam Gam, because my fucking I mean, well, it technically doesn't stop me from playing, but now since I have full body, I almost just can't play without full body. I don't know why, even though it's completely unnecessary for VR chat. It's just how I am. I like to express myself with my body usually when I chat on there. It's just how I am. Let's see. Actually, do I want to do like follow it down? Making that right a little bit. There we go. Let's play with these eyelashes a little bit. I want to play with them. Oop. Do a big chunky big thing right there. Let's get the little pupil going. Yeah, I'm being very crude with it. Obviously, pixel art's a lot more about precision than, like, hard strokes, but we are doing higher resolution pixel art, so... Yeah, we'll make that pupil a little smaller. Like... I could just use the circle tool if I wanted to. For right now, I'm not going to, but we'll change that later. I want to play around with some shading on it. These aren't going to be final shadings, we're just going to play with it. We're not really going crazy on it or anything. Because obviously this palette is just the default Sprite palette. We're not actually doing anything crazy with color. I mean, I could download some and just experiment with some palettes if I wanted to, but, you know. Let's see here. So we'll just play around with this color, the basic base color for right now. Let's see where it goes. Actually, I'll just grab this eye real quick, and we're going to bring one over here, and we're going to experiment with some colors. So... I'm not going to put the white in it just yet. We'll worry about that later. Kind of... First we'll do a basic circular thing, and then we'll fix it up. Over there. Let's go darker down here. Like that, and then... I really do need to practice eyes a bit more. I don't quite... do it as well. Honestly, what's weird is a lot of my works seem kind of, at least to me, some people will disagree, but seem on the bland side. And a lot of the time I find it's usually solved by just having a better color palette. Because I think it's because I need to start actually picking out my own colors instead of, like, you know, going on low spec and just grabbing those palettes. Let's grab this. Now I need some way to, maybe if we down here, maybe. Boop. I'll probably have to look at some references to kind of, because I never, this is unexplored territory doing much higher resolution eyes. I honestly, I just don't practice as much as I should. Maybe like a little bit down here, maybe? I mean, it's a basic eye, that's not bad, but... Alright, well, so we're just gonna take this. This isn't actually what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna be using other references to figure out what kind of thing I want to do, but let's just let's play around some colors. Let's play around some colors. Let's do, well, we said we wanted her eyes to be green, so let's see how green goes. Let's see, so let's grab a good green. Let's see, do we want, like, really vibrant? Well, we want them to be shiny, so up here will be the lights part, and we'll just come down here. If we want it to pop, maybe we come over here. We want that to be pure green, then... Yeah, right there. Then what about the other one? Yeah, the other one will go a little more towards the yellow, so we'll just stick, like, right here before the blue. This will be the default. Change all these. I could just use the edit command, but I don't feel like doing it. I want to be stubborn. Alright, so we got that, I believe. Hold on. Is that the same color as this? Yes, it is. So we have to color this too. Got that, and then we need the brighter one, which is over here. Put it a little bit in the yellow. Bring it up there. A little more in the yellow. Like, it's almost yellow, but it's not quite yellow yet. Pop. And then we need the dark one. The Dark Lord of the dark color. And we're gonna go a little extreme with this guy. We're gonna go, like, over there and see how it goes. Oh, wait, that's not the right color. I forgot, these are actually different colors here. Yeah, don't mess with those little pupil things. There's better color variety with this one. That is one thing I can say. I should probably make this a bit more extreme. I don't think I went extreme enough. Let's go yellow. I did do eyes really well in one of my pieces, and it still blows my mind how I did it. So I might actually look back at my older pieces for the eye, actually, which is interesting. It's weird when you use your own pieces for reference. Maybe do a little bit more. Yeah, I think playing a little bit more with the color here. I'm not actually going to do this crazy because, again, this will be animated. I'm just playing around with the eye right now. I don't want to go too crazy, or at least if I do like some shading, it needs to be basic shading. Like, you know, do a basic shade, throw a spray on it to kind of mess up the pixels a little bit, and call it a day. But, some dark next to that to pop out the white a little bit, or the light parts a little bit. Maybe this white needs to be exaggerated a little more. Alright, we need to get rid of these here, so let's do just down there. I'm not sure how I want to do to pop out these veiny parts of the eyes. I don't know what I want to do with the color. What's weird is because these are the same size, but because of the color, this one looks bigger, which is interesting. What if, okay, how about maybe we make it a little darker? This one, well, then again, this one does blend with the shadow, like not like this dark, but like just slightly darker. So here, let's just we'll just do the basic stuff. We'll come down like halfway there. No, never mind. That's not that important. Oh, also, I don't know why I have this little weird thing here. Let me just remove that. It's part of the eyelash. We'll get that sorted here in a minute. Blop, blop, blop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Blip, blip, blip. Bloppy, bloppy, blop. Gotta fix this curve a little bit. Then we want to take this and bring it down here. Bring it around town, as a wise man named SpongeBob once said. Bring it around town. Bring it around town. Bring it around town. I think that there should be good enough. I'm going to take this, but I'm going to grab this green part and move it over to there, because I like the eyelashes on the other one. There we go. Then we'll grab this. Be our placeholder eyelash. Oh, hold up. A few things we gotta fix up here. 1 second. Let's fatten this part of the eyelash a little more. Get that out. No, I need to curve it up a little more. Here's this part. The point needs to change. No, it needs to curve a little more. Good for a temporary placeholder. Just make sure there's no weird doubles. It should be good enough. Alright, so we have our temporary placeholder eye, and this will be changed later. Let's see how it looks. Wait, is it big? Is it smaller? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, let's delete the other one while we're here. Delete. Delete. Bop. We gotta move this over a little more. Like that. Oh god, she almost looks like fucking I probably need to pull these pupils down. Because it looks like she's looking at the viewer, which is not supposed to be looking at the viewer. Well, at least not initially. If I pull that, hold on. I just want the pupil here. Let's. I'll worry about it later. It's not that big of a deal. Although we would need... Again, this is where we come to the stylistic thing, because some people, they like the eyelashes going through the hair, some don't. I usually am in favor of not, but sometimes if the eyelash is really pretty, I'll let them come through the hair. We'll try letting them go through the hair for right now. Let's see how that goes. And get this going. Delete, delete, delete. Alright. See how this looks. I don't know how I want to do that. Oh. Oh, wait, hold on. They're too high. That's what it is. They're too high up. Yeah, because hold on, because if I take my... Yeah, so they're too high up. It'll be like here. Probably even lower, actually, because they're supposed to be lined up with the nose more. I would have to put some more black down here to prevent it from blending in with the white down there. But we can do it, though, because they're on separate layers. So let's kind of... Oh, God, no. I'll probably just bring them up like that. That'd be good enough. Yeah, they might be a little too high, but whatever. They work. They do their job. That's all that matters. Although this eye is being blocked by the hand when it shouldn't be. So I might have to make some adjustments. Let me do a bunch of undos real quick to see where we were with it. Make sure I do not press any other buttons or I will fuck everything up. Okay, so my old ones were a lot smaller, obviously. So I might just have to shrink the eyes then, is probably the main problem. They just need to be shrunk. No, I'm not worried about... Again, we're not worried about detail because these are not the final eyes, so I might just shrink these just a little bit. We're just getting a rough idea of the eyes. We're not trying to do anything too crazy. Although I'm worried she's gonna look like she's fucking cross-eyed or something. Oh god. Da! 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 Let's see. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. It's not too important right now. We'll worry about that some other time. We just got a rough idea of what we want to do with the eyes, but we still have to come in and play with it. What else do we need to mess around with? I know we need to get the hand, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just trying to make sure. Do we mess with this little base part here? Probably not. What happens if I put... Let me experiment a little bit. Snoop thing there. No. And then the other question is whether I want to do lines or if I just want to do my non-line art that I usually do. It's a wild ghosty! And hello Zav, welcome back. Derp. Yes, Derp. Where's Ghosty? Give me my Ghosty. I want my Ghosty. Ghosty, come here. Get your bops. Bop 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 bop. It drops. Whoosh. Ah! I almost dropped the Ghosty. Whoosh! Oh. Got the Ghosty. There we go. Get your bops. How we doing, Ghosty? How we doing, dear? How my Ghosty's being good. Be good, Ghosty. Let me move the nose up, maybe. That might work. Let me see. I don't like it up like that. Maybe up just a little bit. Okay, so let me just delete this. We don't need it anymore. Alright, let me just stare at it for a moment to see if it's how I want it. Well, if I have everything moved to the left, I need to twist her collar around again. I've been twisting this collar here back and forth because I can't decide how I want it. No, but it doesn't match like where her chest is going. I might push it all back, the chair and stuff back the other way, because it seems like the way I have the body, it just kind of fits that better. And then erase a little bit of that little green there for where her shirt would be. Yeah, I think this pose is better. So let's kind of erase this. Let's erase it entirely. Oh, damn! Hold on. See where it takes us. A little too much erasure, but well, that does mean we have to move the arm like really far back. We'd have to take the arm and either over or under. But I kind of like it being up like that, but I'll have to play around with it. Tattoo in 3 days. 72 hours remaining for Ghosty to get a tattoo. And of course, doing Final Fantasy 14. Your little 14 gremlin. Little 14 gremlin. Let me twist it. Move it over here. I'm thinking... Oh, and here's what I think we should do. So, let's split this off, the forearm and the top arm. I gotta be careful with twisting, though, because if I twist too much, it's gonna shorten them when they get diagonal. And I don't want them to get too shortened. And we're gonna take this one this way a little bit more, and I'm gonna have to play around with this. I'm going to play around with this a bit. Let's grab this arm here. We want it coming over here. Put it back on. Again, we had twisted things, so it's a little off, but, you know. Oh god, it's way off. I'll have to fix that. It's not, we'll fix it later. It's not a big deal right now. But it also means I probably want to erase if I want to be under or above. Let's try under and see how it goes. First, let me fix this coloring here. Oops. Nope, alright, we'll just have to do it regularly then. Yeah, not final colors, I just need to be able to see it, and then later I'll get to the detail. Today we're just, like, again, all we're doing today is I'm just doodling. We're just doing little doodles. Getting an idea for it and so on. Let me go back to my other one, because I had another one right here. This was a doodle, no reference or anything, just doing a doodle. What I like about this one, though, is her eyes looks like the fucking Doge dog. That's what I like about that one. If you just give her a few eyelashes and she's good. And this one was done contour practice with no reference at all. Or no, you look at the reference, but you don't look at your drawing. It's just, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, this one's definitely better. We'll do... I could go ahead and do the top part of the hair. Or whatever the fuck you want it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the top part real quick. I kind of should maybe separate the hair to its own layer real quick. Or I can be fucking lazy and then get mad at myself later because I didn't do it. So I'm gonna go with the latter. That's a smart thing to do. So, let's do new layer, put it under the skeleton. Hair top. And let me look at my reference real quick. Well, I hope your Final Fantasy is going good. Let's say Gam Ghosty. I hope it's going well for you. We're gonna look at the original model. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna get this red. There's a little thing here. Do I want to put it over the hair, or... Let's try the... Well, it's like a little band. And she has like a little... You know what, she's probably gonna lean towards looking down a bit. And I would have to modify the hair up here to accommodate for this, but we try. Also, I made those white outlines way too early before I even added this, which I should not have done. So I can either put it in the back like this, or I can take it and put it above like that. So actually, it's fine because all I have to do is just move the layer. We can just go to make it right here, and if I don't like it, I just move the layer over. Let's see. Where was I? There we go. So let's We'll just grab... I'll use black. We'll use black. Just do a basic outline. So if I look at it, she has like two little hair bulb things. So we want it to come over this just a little bit, just a tiny bit, not by much though. Come over here. Then let's see if I can get one good. And the other one would be like, I don't know. Well, no, it would come over the band. No, not like that. Like that. Actually, no, this would not go over the band, because the band is what's holding it together, so... Let's, do that. Let's grab this color real quick. Grab that. Let's look at what it looks like. Well, the shape definitely needs work. Yeah, the shape definitely needs work. Let's see, let's kind of bulge it down a little more. We gotta fix this side. Bring it straight down like that. Then we need to curve it a little more here as well. Like that. And then, no, damn it. I fucking hate, so I use a shortcut to move my layers around quickly without having to go down here and switch to layer. For some fucking reason, because I guess there's a similar shortcut, it selects the grabbing tool and it moves that layer, and for some reason the undo will not let me move it back. So then I have to manually go in here to the tool and fucking, it's so annoying. And it used to not do that on me. So, and I have no idea what's causing it, and I wish I could turn it off because I hate it so much. Because I really, really like the quick select tool because it makes so easier when you have so many fucking layers. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. Let's see, we want this to have a nice curved shape because that's what's holding all that together. Let's get rid of this black. We don't want this black. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, I like that shape there. Maybe thin it a little bit if I need to, like thin this side a little bit. Let's go ahead. I also don't know if I'm going to... I might do outlines with this one, but I'll work with that later. I think the reason why it's looking weird to me is because I already did like slight shading here, and so it doesn't look as detailed, so we'll just do some moderate stuff here. So there's like a little curve thing here. Where's my reference? Not you. There we go, okay. That's a weird way to do it, what the hell, okay. Actually, you know what, this is just a straight circle. I'll just make a straight up circle, hold on. I don't know why I didn't just do this earlier. So just do like a circle, like right about, no, a little off, like right there. Actually, if I want to give it more shape coming out, hold on. God damn it. I hate when I get the circle good and then it fucks up on me. Come on. Do that. There we go. Then let's do like... maybe that, and then we just connect it from there. So that'll probably be what we do. And of course it's on the wrong fucking layer, of course. What? No, go back. Stop being stupid. Pop. Pop, and then go over to hair top. Paste it there, erase all this out, and see... Actually, no, let's just do hair top 2. We'll just make another hair top 2, and then we'll see if that works good. Well, no, but then we have to move the stuff anyway, so never mind. See here. Blop, 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 blop. I just find it funny, we were doing the audiobook reading earlier. We go from Abolition of Man A big philosophical work by C.S. Lewis, the Christian apologist. And then immediately after, it's like, hey, here's some furry character from a game I haven't even played. No, I get told a lot I'm a man of many interests. Some interesting, some unexpected. And I do, I have a lot of different interests. And not enough time to do them, unfortunately. A lot of things I would do, but not enough time, because, you know, gotta get in the wage cage. Wagey, wagey, get in the cagey. You know what, hold on, fuck it, we're gonna listen to the wage cage song. We're going to the wage cage, everybody. And yes, it's going on repeat, so get fucking used to it. We're going on the wage cage, everyone. It's gonna be on repeat, because yeah, 8 hours of this. This is... Get back in your cages. I know it's Sunday, but I don't give a fuck. Sunday wage cage is my life. Oh yeah, you are at work too. Well here, we got your theme song then, sheep. It'd be good for you. It's good for you. Yep, we got the wage cage song. I need more stupid songs. Okay, that works. Now we just need some color here. I look at my reference. Get back in your cages. Wagey, wagey, get in the cagey. What's the other color? Alright. Cagey. Why the fuck is this in the wrong layer? The theme song of many people's lives. Millionaires. Love your work, love the pain. Feel the life drain from your brain. Think of all you have to give as your dreams go down the drain. Come on, wagey, join the crew. Don't you want your wages too? And if the boss man makes you blue, you deserve it. Okay, I can see it, especially if, as long as I emphasize, like, this is bulging a little bit towards the viewer. I think that's actually fine. I think that works. Yeah, we're good. We're good there. Get back in your cages. Alright, let's work on these little ear things here. Let's work on these. Let me look at the original. I'm trying to find. I just need a side view of the character. Can I get a side view, please? I can't find one. It's always head on. God damn it, hold on, I gotta look for a reference here. see here. Okay, so we got somewhat. It's not the original, but it's close enough. Oh, wait, no, wait, is this the original? Oh, there we go. They have a Smash Bros. Original. There we go. So I can use this as the reference. So let's just, we're going to erase these ears, and we're going to work on the new ones. Oh my god, she looks so weird without them. Let's see. Bosses, millionaires. Alright, I got another song I gotta spam now. Let's see. Ines, it's gonna be on repeat. The song be bopping. If it's a song based on or from Helltaker, you know it's gonna be bopping. I need to get some like a Helltaker little hip jive emote with Anatha. I really do, and it shouldn't be hard to make. I'm just being lazy. Alright, so we need to go up here, go to the ears. Alright, so how are we going to do this? So we're going to have it come down her... Well, her head's forward, so it would come down her shoulders. I gotta be careful over here. I might actually hide the arm. Let's hide the arms real quick. Oh my god. Ah! I can just copy and paste this part of the head and it should be fine. Wait, no, I can't, because this one's supposed to have the cheeks coming up a little bit because the palm of the fist is kind of pressing against her cheek. Well, I mean, you're not going to see it anyway. I'll just go ahead and grab it and bring it over. Just so I can actually see it while I make the ears. Although I also have the fucking hair. God damn it, hold on. I gotta finiddle. Alright, something like... I don't want the face. Or I don't want the mouth. I just need, like, this side of the face. There we go, good enough. I'll make sure when I put the arms back on, it doesn't look weird. Yeah, it's mostly gonna be blocked. I'll have to play around with a bunch of things and stuff. I think maybe the position I had... Here's the thing, though. I got so much detail with these, like, the fingers themselves. It's gonna be hard if I have to, like, tilt it, and I'm gonna hate it. So I hope I don't have to tilt it. Okay, so it's on the cheek, because if I had it on my eye like that... It's almost like it's touching her eyeball. But no, I'll worry about that later. It's not important right now. Did this get deleted or something? Let's see here. Got that. Alright, so that's fixed. So we need to... What are we doing? Oh yeah, we need to do the ears. So I'm with this orange color, because that's the color of her ear. Well, not exact color, but it's close enough. Alright, so... If I need to look at my reference... I do want to do some Helltaker fan art at some point. But that ain't gonna be anytime soon. I only want to do this piece because I have an inspiration idea I want to do with it. Lately I've been having to get to a point where, like, if I get inspiration for something, I gotta do it. It's use it or lose it kind of situation. Alright, so the ear starts around here on her head. Also, another reason why I should probably put the hair on a different layer. But anyways, so it'll be like around here it would start. So... Oh, damn it, of course, I'm on the wrong fucking layer. Again. Let me see here. And then there's like 3 little bumps on the bottom, so we could do like... Oh, let's do this side, because this is where the front bump is going to be. And then there'll be like... Need the front... I need to, it's like right here. Like... Just get 1 bump, which would be like... Then we do the other ones. Well, from the front, you're not going to see too much. We only have to do like 2 because it's on the front. Like that. And that's really all we have to do. Resolve this and just get to the bottom. Maybe something like that. Maybe adjust it a little bit to cover that blank space because it would be hanging. But I do. Well, actually, no. It does need to see her cheeks though. I do need to see her cheeks because it'd be behind her cheeks. Let's move it over here. Clean up what we need to clean up. I'll just do very loosely. We're not going to go too crazy with it. Then we need to clean up the cheeks here. Yes, I know I could just put on another layer and fix it, but I gotta be lazy bot and not be stubborn as fuck and never put it on another layer. I know. It's very, very, very OCD triggering for those who care. Do I want to make it longer? Well, the original model comes down to like her cheek. I know you could probably make it hang really low just to like give it a little bit more personality, I guess you could say, if you wanted to. Let me check something real quick. I think we could make it go lower. Yeah, let's make it go lower. We'll make it go lower than the default. Just grab this, bring it down like there, and then just adjust accordingly. Well, that I might block that actually. It might actually block that side there. And let's grab maybe a darker. It doesn't really matter because again, this is just a quick doodle. Well, not quick doodle, but like I'm just getting an idea of where everything is what I'm saying. So that way, when I start doing the animation, because I'm 100% not going to go crazy shading this here, and I'm going to turn back into flats in a minute. And then I'll start doing animation. It's not big animation, it's just like slight pixel movement here, little dude's doing stupid little dude things here, and then a dude walks up, says thing, and she does something to that guy. So, that's all it is. Maybe bring this one out a little more. We'll just go ahead and line this out real quick. Yeah, I don't know quite if I'm going to be doing hard outlines or not. I usually don't do a lot of outlines in my work, but there is a style I'm going to try and emulate from another artist real quick to see how it would look on this piece. It might be good. Let me see here. Anything else I need to check? I mean, I could. I'm curious. This might be a little too much. God damn it! Did it fucking? That's what I mean. I tried to select the layer and then it fucking moves my shit. Stop doing that. And I can't undo it. I don't know why it's like that. Okay, so what if I like had a little bump right here? Not a big bump. It's like a slight bump. Maybe like. God damn it! Did it again! Stop it! Stop moving my piece. I don't remember where it is. It's like right here. There we go. Ah, fuck. What the fuck? Is this on a different layer or something? What the hell? There we go. I think it poofs out a little too much. We'd have to like condense them a little. So let me just grab like this bump's fine. I'll just have to condense all this is the thing. A few pixels. Like that. Something like that. Then maybe emphasize that this will go into here a little bit more. Let's erase all that. Actually, that's good enough. Yeah. Because it's weird. It's like this. I guess her ears, like they almost kind of function like hair, which is interesting. Even though it's not hair, that's actually her ears. Let me see here real quick. Looks like I'm checking something. Let me check something. Ferret! It's Ferret. It's Ferret. Hold on, I gotta launch him to space. He likes to go to space. Where's Ferret? Come here. To space! Whoosh! I give you a shout out while we do it. Everybody go visit Longboy. He's chill. You can redeem and make him longer.
And dynamite.
The baby.
Someone was missing dynamite.
Shit out of me.
See, that's him. He's long. You redeem and he gets longer.
Breathe, old man. Breathe.
He's still alive. I didn't get him. I'm blocking.
The baby just booted you in the
I
face.
kicked my desk.
There wasn't any other path out that down,
Still
was there?
alive.
On the rope.
No, where I climbed down, there was another rope
There he
going
is.
lower.
Oh, fricker.
I think it's a quick way down.
I just
Think
died.
hard.
Hey, lock the cloth. And
My
stick.
desk. Oh my god.
Now back down to Earth. Well, too bad. You just got launched. I hope you enjoyed your uppies. How are we? How are we, long boy? Hope all good. Alright, we gotta fill this in a little bit. Let me get my stylus. But how are we, long boy? Tell me about your adventures. This might actually need to be erased out from here a little bit. Something. Oh, no, the hand itself is fine. Its positioning is off to me. Hungry but no snacks. That's unfortunate. Need to get you some snacks. Because like it doesn't like feel like it's up against her cheeks, although we do have to come into here. Did it get moved? Let me check something. See if it got moved or not. All right, I'm gonna do the forbidden thing, and I'm gonna twist the pixel art. What the fuck? I don't know what the hell that was. All right, we're doing the forbidden thing. Don't tell the cops. What the fuck? Okay, bugs. Hi, A-Sprite. Bugs. Can I twist my art, please? What the fuck? So I found a bug. We're gonna do a chicken dance. God fucking why? Okay, I mean there is a way I can fix this actually. Hold on. Delete. And there we go. We fixed the bug. Okay, that can work. That positioning is a little better. We have to play with the cheeks a little bit to kind of give it some weight. We'll have to mess with the shoulders as well, obviously, for repositioning. Or I could, how about this? Oh wait, no, turn it back to where it was, but just mess with the hand. That's really the only thing that needs to move. Why are we doing this? Just to suffer. No, goddammit, what the fuck? A-Sprite, why are we doing that? Oh, here, let me save and restart real quick, maybe that'll fix it. Let me restart. Okay, I think that fixed it. Okay, that might be the answer right there. Although I might have to fix up the finger. That's what I'm afraid of, is twisting it. Have to fix the fingers. No, they look workable. Yeah, they do need fixing, but it's not like a big fix. It's just like some line correction. Maybe we thin the fingers a little bit. Let me work on this finger here real quick. Because mainly this finger's gonna be the main profile of the hand. Just to kind of see if everything comes out Gucci. Mostly, yeah. Mostly. I mean, it's obviously I still need to play with it a bit, but you know. I need to do something that kind of emphasizes the weight here, like press the pressure on her cheek. I don't know how though. Let me look up some references real quick. Actually, no, wait, no, I do have my original reference. Yeah. So my original reference. Yeah, it needs to be like literally on her cheek. The bottom palm resting on her cheek. The fist are coming up to her eye, although they might not have a good proportion there for that. Let me just play around with this real quick. Hey, no, hold on. How about this? Let's put this back where it was. Or hold on, no, let's do this. Get this, copy this. Copy. No, not that. The arm. Copy this arm. Undo it to go back to where it was originally. Right there, I believe, yes. Alright, make a new frame. Delete paste. Yeah, so definitely not the, okay, I was correct, it is off. Now let's do another frame to adjust further. I'm keeping multiple versions in case I do need to twist this up. So I want to get it against her cheek, so we have to rotate it a little more. We probably have to rotate the arm as well, but let's just get the hand for right now. Although I'm gonna ruin the lines and so I have to do some weird adjustments. So we're gonna do it like this. Press it right up against her cheek like that. And then we have to play around with the arm. So let's grab, although we actually, yeah. Let's grab the arm here. We're gonna do a lot of edits, and we're gonna be fucking up that arm as well, but we'll see. She was really bending that hand there. It's getting a little bit to the limits, but it's not quite there yet. I could see somebody bending their hand like that, it's still a little on the stretchy side. Just gonna fix this part here a little bit. I'm using a mouse for this part. I probably should be using a mouse. Let's grab my stylus. Try to think of another song. It can't be like hard copyrighted song. It has to be a normal song. If I could, but I'd be worried about copyright from content creators, is I would play Newgrounds Radio. Like 100% I play Newgrounds Radio. It's just some people are kind of anal about like, hey, I know I put my song on a radio, but if you put it on a stream, that's a no-no. But it's on a radio. Yeah. Now let's see. Okay. I mean, maybe a little work down here, but it works. Okay. Maybe... Hope we get your little snackies, ferret. Yeah, I think this finger might actually be a little too high up, actually. I'll worry about that later. It's not a big deal at the moment. Maybe tweak this a little bit, come out a little bit more towards there. Okay, that's a little better. It's a little better. It kind of pushes it there. Kind of do it myself and put the my hand on my cheek. There's still the chin here, because the bone on the chin, right? So, and then it comes up. Okay. Plus the sharpness kind of emphasizes that it's getting pushed that way. We want to come over here, we want to bring this little circle thing, and it's going to get messed up because of the hand on the chin. It's not really that noticeable, but it is there. That's about as much as we get. I think we're good on the face for the most part, unless there's something I'm forgetting, then adding some details to the nose and the mouth. Neck is here's fine. The chest I gotta fix. So I had to move the arm. Alrighty, other than fabric things I'll have to work with. Do I make her shrimp? Let me do a shrimp test. Are they be shrimping? Be shrimping? Shrimp test. I think we're good here. Obviously I have to mess with the sleeve too, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. I'll keep it there just in case, but it's probably gonna get deleted. Alright, is there any other than the other hand I'll have to get? This is gonna be a unique thing because this hand actually will be animated in some way, and I'm animating a hand. Please pray for me. Actually don't, it'll burn me. But anyways, let's see. And not the fun kind of burning. Let's see. Obviously this arm needs to be played with over here on the left side. I need little dudes. Honestly, I think I'm good for the day. We have 2.5 hours here. I believe, who was it that gave, I think, was it Sheepdoll that did the subscription? I'm not I think Sheepdoll was the one that subscribed. Actually, no, I can just look at the tags. Hold on. 1 second, let me look at the thing. Yes, it was Sheepdoll. Well, Sheepdoll, thank you for your subscription today. I appreciate it. As we said, my streams I'm leaning towards on weekends at 4 p.m. now, Saturday and Sunday, because I am trying to adjust my sleep schedule a little bit. Because you know, if I stream as soon as I get home, I start getting tired because I'll go up too late and such. Let me see who we have. Do I have anybody on Twitch to raid? We should. If my stream deck isn't being stupid again. I think Spoons, I think, is streaming right now. Ray Oscuro is a good person to jump into. Advertisements, I'm not buying your stupid shit. Ice Geist. Oh, Ice Geist is actually doing a live cam, huh? Interesting. He's a flesh tuber now. Let's see. Ray Oscuro is playing Ribbon. I've never heard of that game. Is that Spoons? I don't think that's Spoons. Is that Spoons? Okay, I'm waiting for these advertisements to go away, everybody. Give me 1 minute. Because, you know, the one ad for some reason my Brave browser doesn't block is fucking Twitch, which is annoying. We might raid into Ray Oscuro. How's this? Okay, we're not raiding them. Who is this? Oh, this was this was the person. Okay, we're gonna raid. I haven't actually met this person. I saw them through another community. We're gonna raid into them. So we're gonna raid into Naomi Cat. They're playing League of Legends. Root them on ranked, or where are they playing ranked? No, I don't think they are. But still, root for them. Where is their name? So okay, there we go. Give them much loves, all the loves. I hope you all have fun over there. Toodles, mortals, toodles.
Oh shit! Oh my god! That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,